And went a very long period of time just wondering, where's my daddy? You know, what's going on? You know, because I never really was close to his family, so it wasn't no going over to grandma's house type stuff going on. It was just me and the Frasers, you know. And so years went by. I got pregnant. I ended up visiting my father in Atlanta, and I can't remember exactly what happened. I think I left the apartment and went to the Candelator house at another complex or something, and they was looking for me, and I think my daddy told me he was gonna whoop me, and I was like, no, if you're not, you ain't whoop me, you know. So anyway, that opened up a little bit of conversation when I was about 15, a little bit of conversation, a little bit of emotion of the resentment that I ended up having towards him when I was 15, and at that point we kind of got close. That's why I always say I didn't get close to my daddy until I was about 15 years old. But the thing about it is, we didn't really get close. We just got to the point where we started conversing regularly at that point. We weren't really close. We just, you know, could have conversations, because up until that point, we barely even spoke to each other, even sitting in the same room, because it was just awkward. So let's fast forward to me being 36 years old. I kind of noticed something about myself while I was in a relationship. I came to know my attachment style, and long story short, I needed to have a conversation with my daddy, because my abandonment issues from our relationship were adversely affecting my life. And so, even though I had avoided this conversation for as long as I could, one day I called him and I asked him simply, where were you? I called him straight up one day on a weekend. And, you know, like I said, me and my dad talk almost every day up until this day. So I was nervous, and I was like, I never want to have that conversation, because I'm not the victim type person, you know what I'm saying? But I needed to heal. And first I had to acknowledge that there was something to be healed from. And so I asked him, where were you? When I was younger, you were not there, and I longed for you. And I didn't know how he would take that. I didn't know how he was going to answer. But I put it out there, like I always tend to do. And, but you know what? He answered. He gave an answer for the next 3 or 4 hours that day. It was a lot of stuff. It made complete sense that I could understand. Me being a young adult, me having been 16-year-old as a parent, I could understand where he had come from, being 13-year-old as a parent, you know. And I was able to forgive him just off one conversation. He even opened up to me and let me know some stuff about his childhood that I never knew, that nobody else really knew, you know. And the healing began.